Yugioh. It's one of the most well-known trading card games on the planet. It's also one of the most complicated card games as well, and with so many players, many of which have been playing for years and years, as well as so many different products to choose from, this game can be hard to get into. There are now over 10,000 cards to choose from, but with secondary marketplaces like eBay, TCG Player, and Amazon as well, it makes it a little easier to be able to find the cards you want. We're going to be doing something a little different though, trying to build a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh deck from scratch using a budget of only $40 US a week and only sealed product, with the goal of topping one of the first YCS events once Konami opens them up again. This is my sealed Yu-Gi-Oh journey.
Wow, it does not feel like it has been an entire year since Sealed Only Episode 1 came out of the previous series. What's going on, guys? It's your boy ThePokéMonarch, and welcome back to Sealed Only Yu-Gi-Oh! Challenge Mode. I'm really sorry that lately I've been kind of lagging it on getting content out, but I hope you guys continue to watch my channel, and I hope you guys enjoy yourselves here. Moving forward, let's go ahead and jump on into the pack pulling and see what we got today. Today we are actually going to be opening up 12 packs of Lightning Overdrive. Now, I know back in episode 11 we opened up all of our OTS packs that I had saved up. These are actually packs, sorry they're a little bit off screen. These are actually packs that I had gotten from buying $15 worth of product from my local OTS store per day. So it's 4 packs for $15. That's his deal that he has going on right now. I would get an OTS pack with it. And I've just been kind of saving them up, trying to slowly accumulate Lightning Overdrive to hopefully get a Diviner of Herald. I know there's other decent cards in here, but that's like the biggest one. Second Mube the Fafnir would be freaking awesome. But let's go ahead and start opening up these packs. Let's go for pack number 1. So we have a little bit of the pack still on there. S-Force Dog Tag, Yamayori. Oh, by the way, so it is $15 for 4 packs. We have 12 packs in front of us, so that's $45. So we have to use $5 of the YGOHSA in order to open these up. So -5. Sky Scourge, Zexal Alliance, and Ruddy Rose Witch. And then just some commons. I don't think there's really anything other than a couple of secret rares that we really want from this set, but I mean, it is what it is. At Ignister, Sky Scourge, Dogmatica Calamity, AI Meet You, and Amazement Family Faces, and some other commons. Next pack, we've got War Rock Generations, Boo Boo Game, Dogmatic Calamities, ZW Pegasus Saber, and another super rare Supreme Sovereign Serpent. Commons that we cannot use. Let's go into the next pack. We have ZW Pegasus. We have Terror Underroot, Spriggan's Brothers, Judgment Branded, and Warrock Spirit. Next pack. Amazement Attraction, Majestic Merry-Go-Round, S-Force Dog Tag, 1 Korea Way, Dark Eye Nightmare, and Dark Infant at Ignister. Okay, so so far all super rares, nothing we can really use. Let's go into the next pack. Dark Eye Nightmare, Generations, that, and Amazement Precious Park. Alright. Next pack, another Dark Eye Nightmare to start it off. Bujin Condescence, Zexal Alliance, I Meet You, and Branded in White. Next pack. Dark Eye Nightmare. Warrock Generations. Zexal Force. Alright. Next pack. All super rares so far. That's freaking ridiculous. Anyway. Paleozoic Cambroster. Starry Night Seal. I Challenge You. Scrap Raptor. Diviner of Herald. Oh my god, dude. This is gonna help our deck so much. Let me find a sleeve real quick. So I paused the recording to go get a sleeve real quick, and we actually pulled the Diviner of Herald. That's ridiculous. Wow. I thought these were all going to be super rares, to be honest with you, because I was just buying all of the packs like from open booster boxes, because I really wanted those OTS packs, so I was buying like $15 worth of product a day. I can't believe we actually pulled the Diviner, but let's go ahead and jump into the next pack and see if we can pull even like an Ultra or something. Yamayori, Spriggan's Brothers, Judgment of the Branded, Scrap Raptor, and oh, cool, Traptrix Cularia. Nice. Okay, cool. So it looks like our pack luck was toward the end of this, but we have 2 more packs left. Hopefully we can pull something else good, but if not, oh well, we pulled 1 Diviner of Herald, dude. Oh my god. Amazement Special Show, 1 Kuriway, Warrock Generation, Twin Saber, whatever, and Garden Rose Flora. Alright, so last pack for this opening. Let's hope that we can pull something great. I literally am in awe that we were able to pull something that we could use. Because literally there's only like 2 cards in this set that we could use. I think I opened Lightning Overdrive once or twice before this, and we actually pulled the Mubeta Fafnir from one of them. Wow, that's crazy. Terror from the Underroot, Spriggan's Brothers, Judgment of the Branded, S-Force Dog Tag, and last one is Warrock Wento. Alright, so we got basically all super rares other than these 2. Let me grab a sleeve for this one right here. Have them right next to me because of that Herald of Diviner. I went to go look for some sleeves. Or Diviner of Herald. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm in awe that our deck is going to be so good just because of this one card right here. We pulled the Elder Entity in the last episode. We ended up pulling the Herald of the Arclight, I believe it is, the Synchro Monster prior to that. And it's just been sitting in our extra deck, to be honest with you. I took it out because we didn't really use Psyframe Lord Omega before, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have the Diviner of Herald in there, or not Diviner. I'm gonna have the Herald of the Arclight in there just as like a support guy. He's just gonna be like, all right, guys, we're gonna do this, you know. But Diviner of Herald is there. We're gonna be able to utilize it. The only thing about that though is that we don't have a Beatrice, so that is one card that we're gonna have to kind of search for. But in any case, let's go ahead and check out the deck and see what we're doing with it.
Here is a quick rundown of what the deck looks like. We basically just got rid of one of the Herald of the Green Lights and replaced it with Diviner of the Heralds. Basically what we're going to be trying to look for moving forward is more Drytron Mubeta Fafnir, more Diviner of the Heralds, and we're going to have to eventually open up more of the Genesis Impact set in order to try to find Drytron Novas. That's literally all we need from that set. And of course, we need Beatrice. In our first match of the day, we are going against a Skystrucker player who goes ahead and activates Droll and Lockbird against us. We summon out the Diviner of Herald, we go ahead and go into 2 Drytron monsters, and we end on a board of Linkuriboh and Nightmare Phoenix. Just for that little bit of protection against being destroyed by battle. We actually we get attacked into, and then they go into Hayate and attack into us again. They summon out Kagari, at which point Widow Anchor is activated, and we negate it. They MST their Widow Anchor, thinking probably that it would go through, and we EVA to add 2 fairies to hand. So they end on the board of Shizuku and a equip spell to our monster, but we negate the effect of the Shizuku and they get their Ray back. From this point we Alpha, and then we add Ben 10 to hand, we Gamma, and then they rage quit against us. As I've said before, a lot of people on EDO Pro like to rage quit. That's fine, those are wins for us. Match number 2, we activate Alpha's effect, sending Ben 10, and they rage quit against us before we really even get to start playing. Match number 3, we are in a Drytron mirror match. So we go ahead and go into Fafnir, Nova, we go into Zeta, Linkuriboh, and Zeta. Then Alpha is activated, we add the Ben 10. We go into Mubeta Fafnir, which goes through, surprisingly. We go into Ben 10 and then use it for Gamma to bring Zeta, and we bring Herald of Ultimateness to hand. We use pre-preparation of rights, and we are able to go into Ben 10 again. Then we use Delta to draw a card. We add Eva to hand, and we go into the Herald of Ultimateness with our Line of the Light Charmer Lumius on our side of the field. We go ahead and start negating their Cyber Emergency, and I wasn't getting how they were able to activate Cyber Emergency over and over and over again, but apparently you can, so we just continue negating it. And at this point I'm like, you know what, it's probably not good for me to let them get so many things into their graveyard, so we negate their monster with the Herald of Ultimateness, and ours gets negated as well. So they go into the Mubeta Fafnir, they go into Meteona's Drytron, and they use Delta, they draw a card, they use Ben 10 to, Zeta adds the Meteona's Drytron, Ben 10 adds the Ida 10, so they summon out the Ida 10, and they activate its effect. Herald, or Diviner of Herald comes out. So at this point they go into Beatrice, and they actually ran out of time, and then they didn't want to go through with the rest of the matches, so we win this one as well. So very unfortunate. I hate losing in time, honestly, myself. That little 200-second timer has hit me so many times, but hey, I kept those in the video when I lost those as well. So when my opponent did, too bad. In any case, yeah, we didn't get any more duels with them, so that's 3 matches won. In the next match, we activate Drytron Fafnir, and our Nova gets Ash Blossomed, but we negate the Ash Blossom, and we summon out Zeta, go into Linkuriboh, summon out Zeta again, summon out Alpha, and we are able to add the Ben 10, and our opponent surrenders. In the next duel, finally, we have a match, guys. So we didn't know what our opponent was playing. They're actually playing a Dark Magician deck. We are able to go into Alpha, we go into Zeta, and then we're able to use the Ben 10's effect to add the Ultimateness, go into Mubeta Fafnir, and I'm so surprised when Mubeta Fafnir actually gets a chance to go through. We summon out the Ben 10, and then we were able to bring out Gamma and Zeta. We use the Meteona's Drytron, and we summon out the Herald of Ultimateness, and we get Muddy Mud Dragoned with Super Poly. So we go into Delta, and we go into Phoenix, and our opponent just surrenders. So that's another match to us. In the next match, we are going against another EDO Pro. This is match number 5, and we summon out Gamma, summon out Alpha. We have Linkuriboh on the field, go into Mubeta Fafnir. We send the Zeta, and then we summon out the Zeta, adding the Meteona's Drytron, and you guys get the picture. These are very linear plays, but we end up on Vanity's Ruler with an Omni Negate on the field. That is pretty freaking awesome. So we negate the Pot of Extravagance, and they summon out a monster, set a bunch, and pass. Now it's our turn, and we go into Alpha. We go into the Zeta. They torrential our entire board, and we summon out Effect Veiler, going into Linkuriboh for 300 damage. Now it's our opponent's turn. They Pot of Duality, and they summon out Bountiful Artemis. They attack into our monster, and we make their attack 0. Now it's our turn. We draw into Eva, and there's nothing we can actually do at that point. So they summon out another Bountiful Artemis, and they attack into our life points for some pretty good damage. And we don't really have much that we can do. Our Eva gets Solemn Warning, and we activate Eva's effect, which gets Solemn Striked. So they're able to draw a lot of cards, and they go into Guiding Ariadne, and they just continue to plus off of their cards, which is very, very cool. I haven't really dueled against a deck like this in quite a long time. So we are left with 1,500 life points. We have one chance for this. We draw, and we simply surrender at this point. Duel number 2 of match number 5, we Terraforming. From there, we go into Alpha. We go into Zeta. Ben 10 adds a Herald of Ultimateness, and we go into Mu Beta Fafnir. We go into Meteorus Drytron. Ben 10 comes out, and we are able to make a pretty good board so far. Now we activate the Cyber Emergency to add 1 to hand. We use Delta, and we draw a card. We end up on a decent board. Our opponent Extravagances, at which point we negate it. They Duality, we negate it, and we are able to add some cards to our hand. They Guiding Ariadne, and we negate it, and we negate it. And they go into Luster Pendulum, attack over, and our opponent just surrenders, and we didn't get the third duel with them because after they surrendered, they just disconnected from us, unfortunately again. So for the next few duels, we are actually going against a few friends instead of going against randoms off EDO Pro. Now we're going against my friend Nick, Demurer Tundra, on YouTube. And we decided to tell our friends not to go against us with their sealed only decks, or basically they didn't have to. So Nick is going against us with his full power Phantom Knights deck. So he just starts spamming out monsters, bringing out 2 level 3s, Torn Scales, and I think that's Kalkamucha Knight. He goes into the Burning Abyss Link monster, and he summons out, I believe that's Seer or whatever. Then he brings out the Phantom Knights Link monster. I'm blanking on names right now. But he brings out Leviair the Sea Dragon, and he brings out Ancient Cloak. From here, he brings out the Cherubini again, another Leviair, and goes into F-Zero, which brings out Draco Future. Now Torn Scales comes out, and he has an Apollousa with a bunch of negates. Our turn, we go into Terraforming, which gets Ash Blossomed, and we use Cyber Emergency to bring a monster to our hand. We get Apollousa on the first one, the second one, and the third one. So at this point, we have nothing on our field and just 2 cards in hand. He goes into more combos, summons out Silent Boots, and attacks us for 221 and 3k, leaving us at 2,700 life points. Now it's our turn. We go into Gamma, go into Beta. We add a card with our what's it called? Well, in any case, we just start popping off. I forgot where I was coming from, but in any case, we go into Nightmare Phoenix. We attempt to pop his face down, and then we go into our Drytron Xyz monster. We negate his monster's effect, and we continue to just pop off. Now we are able to attack into each and every one of his special summoned monsters and hit for basically an OTK because he was at 8,000. So in duel number 2, he goes first and goes into Tsuchinoko, and then he's able to go into multiple different level 3 monsters, goes into Cherubini, and he summons out just some incredible board again. Goes into Rusty Bardish, and he brings out the Cherubini again, sets a Fog Blade, goes into Ancient Cloak, and he has Emergency Teleport in hand, goes into Leviair the Sea Dragon, summons out another level 3, goes into another Leviair. He's presumably going to go into an F-Zero after special summoning out another level 3. And then a Draco Future activates the E-Telly, and he's able to go into the Break Sword. So we activate our monster effect, and we are able to draw a card. We go into Alpha, adding Ben 10. We go into Cyber Emergency, and we just continue to pop off from here. We add Ben 10, and Meteona's Drytron gets activated, summoning out the Natasha, which gets Fog Bladed. Now we use Gamma to bring out Alpha. We go and activate Meteona's Drytron to add it back. We go into Nightmare Phoenix, popping the back row. And then we bring his monster to our side of the field. We go and just summon out our 4K Beefy Boy, hit him for 3,500 over his Cherubini, and we attack into his other monster. We negate some of his effects, and we hit him for 1,900. His defense position monster gets attacked, and we attack for game. Up next, we are going against Rainnite Gaming with his Goki deck. He brings out Isolde with 2 warrior monsters, and he uses Isolde's effect, sending 1 to summon out a Goki monster. And Gokis are just really great. They're able to bring a lot of advantage to their hand. We negate the effect of the Goki rematch, and he goes into Verte Anaconda, bringing out the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. He's able to add the... what's it called? Just multiple cards they hand. There's a lot of advantage in this deck. We use the Delta, we use the Nova, and it gets Ash Blossomed. At this point, we just basically surrender because there's absolutely nothing we can do to get past his Dragoon. Duel number 2 versus Rainnite Gaming. We Nova, going into Zeta, then Link Kuriboh, Zeta, and we go into Alpha. Using Alpha, Ben 10 comes out, and we're able to go into Gamma, bringing Alpha to our side of the field, really hoping that he doesn't have a Nibiru. We go into Drytron Mu Beta Fafnir, and we have a bunch of Drytrons on the field. We go into Ben 10, and we are able to go into the just different plays and stuff. At this point, we have plenty of negates in our hand. We negate that effect activation, and we are able to bring 2 cards to our hand. He adds a Goki card to hand, sets 1, and passes turn. We go ahead and go into Phoenix, popping the back row, which is a Fog Blade, and we negate it. And we go into Alpha, adding Natasha. We add back the Meteona's Drytron. We summon out Delta, and we draw Cyber Emergency. We draw again. We have an access code talker that we go into, and he just surrenders. It's always duel number 3 with Rainnite Gaming. So he goes first, and he's able to go into the Brother Spy and the Goki monster. He goes into a Sold and adds a monster to hand. From here, the Noble Knight is activated, bringing out the Goki Guts and Apollosa. Goki Rematch is activated, and we Ghost Bell it, and we negate the Apollosa, trying to negate it. So we have 2 cards in hand, but we add 1 with Eva, and we negate the spell card with our Herald of the Green Light, and he passes turn. So luckily we drew into the Terraforming, which goes into the Drytron Fafnir, and we activate Nova, summoning out Alpha, going into Link Kuriboh, summoning out Alpha again and adding Ben 10, and then tributing Ben 10 for Zeta, adding Meteonis Drytron, and then Ben 10 adds the Herald of Ultimateness. We go into Mubeta Fafnir, sending Gamma, and we bring out Ben 10, and we summon out Gamma with Zeta, and we just proceed to go into a big old board of some awesome monsters. We bring his own monster to our side of the field. We summon out the Unicorn. We go into Access Code Talker with 5,300 attack points and just begin attacking into him for game. Wow, guys, we again have a really decent score so far for the week. 7 wins in a row. That's automatically $80 into the YGOHSA for future purchases. So let's go ahead and jump into these duels these next few duels with ChuTheWoop and see how he did with his full power Raid Raptor deck. So he summons out ZW monster and then a Raid Raptor monster. Goes into the Forstrix, and he goes into the Singing Lanius. So he takes 100 damage, goes into Ystrix, and we just basically don't have anything to go against him with. He's able to just bring out a bunch of awesome monsters. He goes into Stranger Falcon, and he summons out even more Raid Raptor monsters, and unfortunately he summons out that darn Simorgh that we cannot out with this deck, unfortunately. And we did take out the Monjus that we so painstakingly opened up a bunch of product for. Duel number 2 against ChuTheWoop. We activate Cyber Emergency. We go into Alpha, which adds Ben 10, and then we go into Link Kuriboh. Gamma uses Ben 10 to summon out Alpha, and then we add the Vanity's Ruler. We go into Mubeta Fafnir. We go into Zeta, and we just summon out the Vanity's Ruler, and we imperm his monster, and he surrenders. Alright, guys, well, we have a 7-0 score. Can we win this one? It's 1-1 with ChuTheWoop. Can we win this one in order to move forward with $100 for next week? Let's find out. He goes into his combos, his Raid Raptor combos, and he just summons out monsters, goes into Ystrix, and at this point, we Phantasmate and we imperm his monster. So he goes into the Bird of Sovereignty and summons out the Barrier statue. We activate the field spell. We activate Drytron Nova. We summon out the Alpha, and we actually get called by the grave, dude. That's crazy. That's just I think it's crazy when they have just the perfect thing against you, the perfect. Anyway, he summons out another monster with the Bird of Sovereignty, Simorgh, or whatever you want to call it, and he has a beefy defense on his Xyz monster. So goes ahead and summons out Ystrix, goes and summons out a bunch of other monsters. Raider's Knight comes out, then Stranger Falcon, I believe is its name. And he ranks up into Arsenal Falcon. And just, I don't really understand how Raid Raptors work, but they're pretty cool. They're pretty strong. We are down to 3,400 and then 900. And we draw into a Gamma. We Gamma the Gamma. And we go into Relinquished Anima, and we just can't do anything. So we surrender from there. So we got 7 wins and 1 loss, meaning that we can bring $80 into our YGOHSA for following weeks, and hopefully we'll be able to open up a bunch of product. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the duels. I know there were some from EDO Pro that are so annoying, but you know what? I'm going to start showing those from now on because, I mean, it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please be sure to like the video as always, and subscribe to the channel for more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh content like this. Also, don't forget to watch Building on a Budget, my next Yu-Gi-Oh journey, and my sealed only Yu-Gi-Oh journey. Have a great day, and thanks again. I'll catch you next time.